Hello everybody, welcome back to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. I was here last December, didn't go so well, so hopefully I can get on like Pantheon. Darkoaster's open, heard that gets like bad weights, but we'll see. Obviously Pantheon's the main thing, but I'd like to get re-rides on like Griffin and Alpengeist and all that. So yeah, that's it. To Pantheon, I guess. I don't know if it's open. Okay, Pantheon over there is testing, but the Festa Italia section is not open for the day yet. It opens at 10:30, it's about 10:10 right now. So then we'll just have to wait here and hopefully Pantheon. Pantheon is, of course, a very good ride. It's early in the morning, so maybe it was running a bit slow, but, like, and it did have some, like, pacing issues, but, like, it had great airtime. Like, the speed haul on the launch was shockingly great. The drop in the back row, which I did 2 rides, one in the middle, one in the back, was great. Drop in the middle was just kind of whatever. Some of the airtime works on this, some don't. Like, there's one, like, snappy turn at the end, that's fun, but I think that's just because I like Maverick a lot. And, yeah, I think the launches were strong, the airtime was strong, the inversions gave good hang time. I have no real complaints with this ride other than the fact that, I wish there's some, like, rock work. It really helps rides like Tatatis, Terran, and Maverick, but, yeah, really no complaints. Tempesto is closed. My favorite ride in the park is closed. Like, if you want to know what I have against Tempesto, it's like, I don't really know. I've been on Electric Eel, that was fine, and that also has comfort collars, but the comfort collars are really bad on this. It's shaky, and I hate this ride. Okay, so last Christmas when I was here, the one good thing I took out of this trip was that I moved the Apollo's Chariot up because I thought it was an upper tier hyper. Yeah, no, it's a lower tier hyper now. I don't know what was going on that ride. I mean, it was running decently so, but the floater hills at the beginning have nothing. And there's only one hill that even has mild, like, ejector. There's like a gray out helix, but this ride actually I think is pretty similar to Nitro. Revolton's awesome. Like I was on 13 at Alton Towers, and the fact that I put this next to it on my top 100 is completely wrong. This ride's so much better. The 2 launches are more forceful than most mock launches, honestly. Drop track's cool. I grayed out on the inside, which is weird for, like, a family coaster. I mean, short backlot, but, like, this ride, the drop's cool. I don't know. I got Thunderstorm this time. I had Wolf Attack last time or something. I forgot. There's a bunch of different drop track scenarios, but I know I'm more positive with this than Apollo. But yeah, this ride's amazing. Alpengeist doesn't mess around. This coaster is way more intense than I remember. I remember thinking this was a mid-tier invert just because it was, I remember it being tamer, even though it is pretty tall and fast, it has lots of inversions, but this thing has some real whip to it, especially that turn into the mid-course. Definitely one of the better B&M inverts over there. Definitely moving up on my list, maybe like 10 or so spots. It's really good. Not quite in the range of like Afterburn or Banshee, but still definitely probably right after those. I think I started to underrate Griffin just because Yukon, Valraven are both kind of whatever, and Oblivion was good but too short. But this thing is great. The first drop gives you not quite ejector, but it's strong floater airtime. There's a hill at the end that's decent. The moments are fine. They don't really add too much, but they're good like fillers. And yeah, this ride is way better than I remember. Not too far off from Pantheon in my opinion. You know, I went on InvadR in 2019 and it was rough and I hated it. But you know, maybe I caught it on a bad day. No, it's terrible. It's really rough, and I know I've talked about, the only time I've really talked about this coaster on my channel is, like, when I've mentioned, like, Wicker Man and saying this is just, Wicker Man's a better version of this, and I stand by that. Better layout, way smoother. I don't know how this ride's so rough. It's, like, was open in, what, 15, 16, and this ride is really rough, and it's just not fun at all. Hey, Escape from Pompeii is pretty cool. It's short, and I don't see why it's a boat ride, but I'm not complaining. It's pretty hot today. But, yeah, I could definitely see this being closed soon. I mean, it's pretty expensive upkeep. I think it has a lot of downtime, takes up a big plot of land. But it's the closest thing that this park has to a dark ride, so I'd say they should definitely keep it at least until they get one of those. It took me multiple times of passing this pavilion thing to realize this is actually where a mock tower was. So I mean, it wasn't a great drop tower, but it wasn't a bad one either. I mean, I'd like to see him get a replacement, but Darkoaster, despite the fact that I've heard some mixed reviews, I'm gonna ride, and it's a 90-minute wait list.
If you are not riding at this time, please take a step.
Okay, I don't know what's up. Darkoaster is not bad at all. It was a fun little multi-launch. I thought the one part that, like, I thought we were gonna do 2 laps at first, which I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. But no, it's just a switch track, so that was kind of weird. But no, that was pretty cool. It's no Verbolden or anything, but you know, it's a solid family coaster. Not particularly worth 90 minutes, but it's better than like InvadR or Tempesto and some of the rides at this park. Loch Ness is a weird coaster. I forgot how weird this ride is. There's like nothing besides the 2 loops and like a really long tunnel. But it's like really merciful for being an aero looper. You know, you pretty much get no headbanging. The tunnel part is cool. Like there's some decent forces. Of course the interlocking loops are good. And I mean, it's not quite as good as Tennessee Tornado, but easily the 2nd best aero custom looper. Okay, Reroad Verbolden, best themed coaster, non-Disney and non-Universal coaster in the United States, and also not a family coaster. Okay, Tempesto wasn't as bad as I remember. It wasn't good. I went on like Electric Eel at SeaWorld San Diego, and even though it's the same ride, that one was much better, but you know, it's not awful. It solidly is the number 2 multi-pass launch in Festa Italia at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Pantheon, right before the park closes, is definitely better than regular Pantheon. I mean, especially everything after the top hat is a lot just faster paced. That wave turn did nothing in the morning, but it really improved. So I'd say that really didn't change my opinion on this ride too much, but it's just a really solid coaster. I just wish they had a bit more rock work and theming, but that's really my only complaint.
Okay, go!
I just got off of the Elite Grover's Alpine Express. You know, screw Pantheon. Look at this layout. Look at those G-forces you get on that turn. Massive ejector right there. Another absolute gray out helix. And honestly, this ride's crazy underrated. Best coaster of all. Unfortunately, I didn't actually go on the ride. I'm sorry. I just couldn't. It looks too good. It looks too intense, honestly. Like, some people don't like I-305 because it's too intense. I can't go on Grover's Alpine Express because it's too intense. Hey, thanks for watching this video. So yeah, unlike last year's, as the kids say, epic fail at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, the last December, where it was the most packed I've ever seen, like, anywhere, this was significantly more manageable. Most rides didn't have a line. The only ones that did were, like, Verbolden and Darkoaster, obviously. And, yeah, now that I got on Pantheon, now I can officially start working on my top 25. Darkoaster wasn't that bad. But, yeah, some coasters went up on my ranking, some went down. But, overall, good day.